Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a very special episode of Easy Buckets. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. In today's video, I got something that I guarantee you guys are gonna love, especially if you're a Lakers fan. The Lakers just made a quiet but under the radar move that I believe could possibly affect them in the long run. We all know this season the Lakers are in hot pursuit to defend their NBA championship, and from what we're seeing so far, the Lakers are trying to target the best available free agents. The Lakers just signed somebody to a 10-day contract, and for this video, we're going to be talking about who that player is and possibly what his role could be on the Lakers. So if you want the Lakers to win it all this year, you're going to like this video. But quickly, before I get on with the video, I just want to say, if you're new to the channel and love basketball, welcome to Easy Buckets. My name is Soom and I make basketball videos every single day. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and click this button right here, the post notification bell, to not miss any of my upcoming videos. If you watched this video and you loved it, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel a lot. But without wasting any more time, let's talk about the Lakers.
You know, one of the things you're always doing in the front office is you're running scenarios just to be prepared. You know, I've said at the beginning of the season, sometimes it feels like a grand chess game, and you want to study the moves and study what other teams are doing. And so we're always doing that. But at the same time, you don't want to tinker or change something that's working extraordinarily well. And so we'll be mindful of that too. We do have one open roster spot right now that at some point in the season will probably get use. We wanted to use the first, third to really see where the holes are or the needs are. But that's definitely a tool at some point that'll come into play. And, then you were talking about the trade deadline too. You never know what may come your way. And so we're preparing in advance for that just to make sure we're doing all we can to defend the title.
The Lakers just got a new secret weapon, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't know who he is. A lot of you Laker fans out there want the Lakers to target the big names, the best superstars, but honestly right now, with the Lakers not having a lot of money, this was kind of a very smart move. Adrian Woj just tweeted today that the Lakers signed center Damian Jones to a 10-day contract, team says. And after reading this, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys were confused because Damian Jones is not a name you're familiar with. And for this video, I'm going to explain to you guys why the Lakers made this signing, who Damian Jones is, and potentially how good he could be for the Lakers. But first and foremost, I want to explain to you guys what a 10-day contract is. This is a definition. A 10-day contract is where a free agent signs a player contract which lasts 10 days, or 3 games, whichever comes first. A team may sign a player to 2 10-day contracts this one season. After the second contract, the team can only retain the player by signing him for the remainder of the season. A team can have more 10-day contracts than they have players on their inactive roster. 10-day contracts are available to be used starting January 5th. Typically, if the team sees improvement in the player, they will usually re-sign them. If not, they are waived. A 10-day contract is a very useful thing in a way to kind of test out an NBA player before legitimately making them a full-time roster player. And right now, the Lakers are using this opportunity, using this contract to their best of their ability, as you never know, Damian Jones could be their future center going forward. Literally, as I make this video, the Lakers are on a 4-game losing streak, and I'm not surprised why they're doing this. A week ago, they got news that Anthony Davis will potentially miss 4+ weeks due to his calf injury, and with that being said, the Lakers honestly just haven't looked the same. Since the beginning of the season, after losing Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee, every Laker fan says the Lakers need a front court player, and this is why right now they're testing out Damian Jones. Damian Jones is a 6'11", 245-pound center that I believe could bring the Lakers a lot of size and front court depth. He was the 30th overall pick in the 2016 NBA draft and actually won the NBA championship with the Warriors in 2017 and 2018. During this season, he signed a 2-way contract with the Suns, played about 14 games, averaged about 1.6 points, 1.3 rebounds, playing less than 6 minutes. This season marks his 5th year in the NBA, and with Damian Jones still being young, he's 25 years old, you never know, the Lakers could bring out his maximum potential. If you look at Damian Jones' highlights and you watch him play, you can notice that his size is incredibly different than a lot of centers. He's very fast, very quick, and sometimes if you watch him play, he shows a mobile ability to be a decent defender in the NBA. Last year, playing for the Hawks, he averaged 16 minutes per game, averaged about 6 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 block per game. And I know these numbers don't scream out amazing, but these numbers to me scream out potential. What I love about this signing is that the Lakers have about 3 or 4 more games left before the NBA All-Star Weekend, and that's why signing Damian Jones to see how he would fit for the roster in these upcoming games, it's a smart idea because we all know after the All-Star break is when the NBA trade deadline officially begins, all the hot trade rumors begin, all the buyout candidates become bought out. That's why right now they're kind of in a testing mode. A lot of Laker fans right now are complaining about Marc Gasol, how Marc Gasol isn't cutting it as their starting center. He isn't there on the athletic and shot blocking and rim protecting ability and scenario. And honestly guys, from this signing, Damian Jones could be an answer. The Lakers signing Damian Jones to a 10-day contract. They might give him some minutes in these upcoming games. Marc Gasol will still start and Montrezl Harrell will still have his usual workload. But I wouldn't be surprised if Frank Vogel tests out Damian Jones alongside LeBron to see how these two will work in the pick and roll situation. The Lakers have been searching for their 3rd center behind Marc and Montrezl this whole season. And the good thing about Damian Jones is that he's cheap, he wants to prove himself, and honestly I believe if there's anybody in the NBA that can bring out his game, it's definitely LeBron James. But for this video, I also want to talk about the worst case scenario for Damian, where if the Lakers ultimately don't decide that they're going to continue with him, they don't like him in this 10-day contract, they give him another 10-day, but then ultimately end up waiving him, I want to talk about the other centers that I believe the Lakers should target that in my opinion would just fit perfectly. The first center that I believe the Lakers should target after Damian Jones is Hassan Whiteside. He's a very popular target when it comes to already an established center that can be a rim protector at an elite level. We all know last season Hassan Whiteside playing for the Portland Trail Blazers, he was the starting center because Nurkic was out the whole year, and Hassan Whiteside averaged about 15 points, 13 rebounds, averaging 3 blocks per game. He led the league in blocks, and right now playing for the Kings, Hassan Whiteside just isn't being used to his maximum potential and full ability. There are so many rumors right now that the Lakers are patiently waiting for Hassan Whiteside to potentially be bought out, or if not, offer them a trade, maybe Markieff Morris or Alfonso McKinney, but right now the Lakers want to test out Damian Jones. I think the best case scenario is if Hassan Whiteside ultimately gets bought out and the Lakers sign him to a rest of the year contract. This would help the Lakers' problem and issue at their frontcourt defensive rim protecting ability, which they desperately need right now. Imagine a defensive lineup of Hassan Whiteside and Anthony Davis. This would be absolutely perfect. The next center on this list is Demarcus Cousins, and recently he just got waived by the Rockets. And from what we're hearing, we want the Lakers to target Demarcus Cousins, but the Lakers aren't interested in targeting Boogie. And honestly, I'm not sure why. I think Boogie would be a great fit. We all know last year, the Lakers actually signed Demarcus Cousins to a 1-year contract before ultimately signing Dwight Howard because Boogie got injured, and I believe in a way Boogie can have a second chance with the Lakers. With the Lakers not having Anthony Davis potentially for another month, I believe Boogie could easily step in and be their starting frontcourt player that could bring an offensive punch that Anthony Davis brought when he was healthy. We all know in the past Demarcus Cousins used to be a plus 20 points per game, plus 10 rebounds per game type of player, and maybe playing for the Lakers, a championship contender, might excel and bring the best out of him again. From what we're hearing though, the Lakers don't want Boogie, but in my opinion, I believe they should target him. But the last center on this list is definitely a fan favorite, and that's the Lakers going for Dwayne Dedmon, and he's the best available center that right now, he's simply a free agent, and I know a lot of NBA teams want him. What's very special about Dwayne Dedmon is his ability to spread the floor, but also be a good rim protector. He has the size and athletic ability just like Damian Jones, so I'm surprised the Lakers targeted Damian Jones over Dwayne Dedmon. The difference between Damian Jones and Dwayne Dedmon is definitely their shooting ability. Damian Jones is simply an inside the paint presence player, while Dwayne Dedmon can bring all aspects on the floor. I believe Dedmon is a better option, but right now that's why I believe they're testing Damian Jones to see if he can be a good rim protector. I believe the best case scenario for the Lakers is to get Dwayne Dedmon, and I believe ultimately this is the most likely end result we're going to see very soon if they don't keep Damian Jones. But just keep this in mind, the Lakers actually have 2 available roster spots, so you never know. They might keep Damian Jones and then sign another player. But ultimately guys, this wraps up my video for today on Damian Jones and talking about some other frontcourt players the Lakers might target if this contract doesn't go through. What's most important to me guys is one of your thoughts. Was this signing a good idea, or was this a bad one, or should the Lakers target another frontcourt player? Put everything you're thinking in the comment section down below. But other than that, take it easy, God bless, and I'll see you all next time on Easy Buckets. Woo!